Who,
Indian Hills
Where-
owns the big.
where does the Indian Hills Trading Company east property line fall?
It abuts the proposed parkland dedication
Yeah, not the center.
on the
it's
west side.
No, Dwight, there,
There.
correct?
That line, correct.
So they do abut. The Indian Hills Trading Company and the Thompson property abut.
Correct. Because there is no dedicated right-of-way today in that location.
So what is the 60 feet that's on that drawing?
There is a 60-foot strip that goes beyond the property. Obviously, it's all under contiguous ownership from the southerly line of the existing
Interrupting
parkland.
you, the parkland, 1.74 acres on the left was plopped there, just not up against their east property line.
Correct.
Thank you. Got it.
Tom?
I now need a definition of the parties involved in this. I don't understand the difference between the Indian Hills Trading Company, the Thompsons, and Thompson Development LLC. Can anybody explain? That sounds like they're three different groups, but I'm not sure.
But the Thompsons and the Thompsons LLC are the same party.
Okay.
The LLC is just a different corporate formation. The Indian Hills Trading Company are different individuals. They are not related to the Thompsons. It is a completely different party.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh.
That is Dave and Sally Powers and others
Okay.
in that LLC.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Les?
And if I may, just to follow up on, I think it was Walter's question about
third reason.
what is connected to
I'm
what.
okay, don't mess me up.
Well, the 1.74 acre parkland that was dedicated as part of Indian Hills number 8 with the Indian Hills Trading Company was placed there in anticipation of a 60-foot right-of-way on the Alice alignment. So that's why there's a separation between these two bits of parkland.
But they did not dedicate the 60 feet.
They did not. And the thought is that eventually, as the rest of their property develops to the west, that would be part of that subdivision, and Alice would come on down along that 60-foot alignment that's shown there.
Understood.
So the 60-foot wasn't intended to enable development of the Powers property, is that correct?
That's pretty bad.
With a roadway that actually goes into it?
Well, any time we deal with potential subdivisions, when we're talking to property owners that are thinking about their future and what they're going to do on their property, we talk about road extensions. We've had lots of those discussions. So this is a case where there's a road stubbed towards the south off of Indian Hills Drive on this alignment. And it just happens to coincide with their easterly boundary. And so as we're doing the Indian Hills number 8 subdivision, and you can see the Future Powers Avenue shown up there on the left of the drawing. They were kind of planning, okay, where are our streets going to go, which is a discussion we always have with land developers. What happens in the future beyond your current project, whether it's your property or your neighbor's. So in this case, the Future Powers and the other one east-west across the top of the bigger parkland, those were kind of laid out with that in mind, that someday this property will further develop. This is where the streets will go. And the Alice just happens to line up in particular with the existing Alice stub to the north.
Okay, I was just wondering, but that expectation has not been formalized by any.
That was
agreement.
just part of that future land development planning discussion.
Okay. Other discussion?
Well, Dwight, P&Z looked at this, right? A couple of times. Well, I can ask Bill. Bill, P&Z looked at this a couple of times, and
Not necessarily the
admin-
parkland dedication.
Oh, I
P&Z
see.
is aware of what the council's action was on the 15th, but
when
it
they were
is
doing
the
plats.
council's decision for the parkland. But the Planning and Zoning Commission certainly did review the plat
a
itself.
plat. Okay, all right, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, because I know I've seen this lots of times besides admin committee. Okay, thank you.
And it's Walter's motion and Dan's second, is that right? Okay, to approve the acceptance of the proposed deed of dedication. Everybody know what they're voting on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Dan, we'll start the roll call vote with you.
Aye.
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 No.
Aye.
Motion carries.